Well, howdy everybody. Welcome to what I believe is part 7 of Chemically Bonded. Music goes boom. There we go. It's pretty epic. I'm going to make a prediction. 2023, this video is going to have 1,487 views. So go check that. It's obviously going to be 1,485 views after, a few of us go there. So I think that's a pretty cool prediction, and it's probably going to be true. What happened last time, you might be asking? So we're like, hey, Naomi, tell us more. And she's like, only if you skip the science club and meet me here after school. And so we had to basically be like, oh, yikes, that's a big decision. But we made that decision, so we're going to skip out on the science club. Kyoko is going to be terribly and miserably alone while we go see Naomi. So that is the recap. That is what's going on in this game. I hope you're ready. I hope you have a drink. You're nice and cozy. Maybe you're watching this with a loved one. If you are watching this with a loved one, please, both you log into your separate YouTube accounts and like the video, because I need all the likes I can get. Alright, here we go. Tranquility greets me as I stumble upon the classroom in a state of almost pure silence. It's early, sure, but knowing my lack of empathy towards being here, it's a surprise to find the room almost empty. Without the science club, moreover, if it wasn't for Kyoko, I wouldn't be able to find the will to arrive at class this far in advance. Despite being marginally earlier than normal, it's still enough of a change for it to be noticeable. It has a clear effect on my actions. The culprit herself, of course, is one of the only other people to be present in this sparse morning environment.
Good morning.
That was a jump scare. Good morning, Kyoko. That chirpy expression is enough to make me smile in the cord, thinking that we've gotten this used to each other in so little time is a funny fact in itself. Given that, thinking back on my actions from yesterday really puts the scene into perspective. Nice, flashback. Fine, if it's not what I think, you must have had a reason to stop me like this.
I'm glad you understand.
Damn, they used a flashback. That is what I paid $7.43 for. The flashbacks. Let's go. Mulling over it, the feeling of guilt still resides within me as Kyoko stands before me with an ever so carefree smile. It's not as if it was an easy decision, but ultimately, finding out about their past is something I just can't help being interested in. It might be rude, it might cause trouble, but not hearing things from Naomi's perspective would just be ignoring the problem at hand. I wouldn't be giving her a chance. I burnt my finger, or I don't know if it's burnt. It was like a steam. I was cooking, there was steam that came out, and right index finger is terribly burned right now. Like there's no mark on it, but it's very it stings like heck, guys. I'm sorry I had to use such harsh language, but yeah, maybe the girls will relieve my steam burn with their beautiful smiles. Then again, spending time with Kyoko is fun enough for me to still feel uneasy about it, despite the events of the last club meeting. No matter what I do, I can't get her image out of my mind. I guess all guys are the same in the end.
Hey, what are you thinking about?
Naomi. Nothing.
It just looked like you were zoning out. Come on, sit down.
It's probably best if I don't think about it. Leaving with nothing less than a slight wave, her response is another warm smile as I make my way over towards my desk. The lull of classes is a good enough break to think over my situation with Kyoko and Naomi. I've made my decision. Sitting down and stretching, a selection of the morning's conversations make their way to my ears. I'd assumed it'd be like this if I sat behind Kyoko. Wow, my finger really hurts, guys. Pray for our copy. Hashtag.
Natsumi, did you hear?
Oh, it's the other girls in class.
Hear what? Apparently, we have a new economics teacher.
The only reason why we even study economics is because of this business-oriented country. It's not as if I aspire to be an investor. I'm happy enough going about my life without any particular sense of direction. Being at school is enough as it is. Things like this make me wonder what Kyoko plans to do with her own life.
Really? I wonder what they're like.
Time drags forward as the class waits around for the new teacher. Perhaps they're just nervous about teaching a new class, but then again, it is their job. Soon enough, a suited man makes his way into the class with a rather lax but albeit still firm expression. This must be our new teacher by the looks of it. I'd be pretty concerned if the school had let a stranger make it this far into the school.
Hello, class. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves this morning.
Oh, you're getting turned down, Mr. Kabeer. Looks like he has two different voices, maybe, is what I'm thinking. Okay.
Unlike your other teachers, I aim to actually teach you something, even if you aren't that interested.
His nose looks weird. He looks over at one of my classmates at the front of the room, sprawled over his desk for a quick nap. I know it's early and economics isn't really that interesting, but it's still worth paying attention. If I study hard enough, one day I might become the Kyoko of economics. Turning to face the board, the new teacher grabs a stick of chalk from the desk to scrawl his name on the board. Being known as the teacher isn't in his best interest. Even teachers have to introduce themselves.
You can call me Mr. Kabeer, and I trust that you all will.
Kabeer, huh? Let's look in our encyclopedia. There he is. His voice actor is Isa Kabeer, maybe? I don't know. Sounds Middle Eastern, maybe I'm wrong. With most students despising economics class, Mr. Kabeer has it hard cut out as the school's newest teacher. Yet with a resolve that's hard to match, he sticks to his philosophy that if a job is going to be done, it should be done well. Stern but supportive, he's been keen to answer any question or query from his students, but you best be sure to answer his. Alright, not too interested in Mr. Kabeer if I'm gonna be ever so honest, guys. We'll see if his character is actually relevant or if it's just like a time issue. Like, oh, let's make the game longer by introducing the new guy. Ah, that's refreshing. He must have heard what we called Mr. Yamamoto, something along the lines of hermit crab. We are pretty shitty students.
Turn your textbooks to page 15. I'll get started with some questions.
Unless he has a lesson plan, doesn't it seem weird that like the new teacher comes in and he's like, all right, page 15, like we're not going to read anything. Just go 15. Seems weird to me. I don't know. Hopefully I don't get picked. It might not be along the lines of knowing the structure of a mitochondrion, but I still don't feel like answering. As a reference to the last game where I answered a question about the mitochondria. Haphazardly flicking through the pages of my book, I noticed Mr. Kabeer panning his eyes across a list in the class. He doesn't know us, so he must be choosing someone at random from the roster. I was gonna say rooster. Please, don't call on me. I don't want to do this gag again.
Ishikawa, answer the question at the bottom of the page.
Me? Sure.
You're the only Ishikawa in this class. Springing from her seat with a smile on her face, Kyoko scans the book before her to find the question set upon her.
In a free market, prices adjust to reconcile scarcity and desires.
Kyoko's response, a chirpy and cute proclamation of something so mundane, brings a smile to my face. My economics class can't be this cute.
That's right. Your previous teacher must have taught you well.
He seems kind of creepy. I don't know. I'm getting some weird vibes. Or more likely, it's Kyoko. Either way, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. I might not enjoy economics, but I don't think I'll hate this lesson. I don't think I'll hate his lessons. English is hard. Transition time. Sip of water, maybe? Yes. Alright. Class quickly reaches an end after the lunch bell chimes throughout the room. Having a class be this long is pretty unusual, but in the end, some of it was pretty interesting. Lethargy spans across the room as those around me begin packing their bags, ready to leave for lunch.
Remember, class, sometimes in life we have to make tough decisions. Investing in stocks isn't easy. Trust me.
It sounds like he's had experience. Right now, I too face a pretty rough decision. I'm still rather uneasy about the choice I made yesterday. Siding with Naomi wasn't easy, but the thought of leaving Kyoko behind still bugs me. Maybe I should ask him for advice. People funnel out of the class one by one as I approach Mr. Kabeer's desk, making sure to check if Kyoko has left too. Surprisingly, she has. I thought she would have stayed behind, but she does have her own life after all. Mr. Kabeer, did I call him that last time? I feel like I might have messed up. Mr. Kabeer glances towards me as I now confront him, the two of us alone in the classroom. Sir, I have a question.
Ask ahead, but please keep it brief. I have to leave soon.
Okay. I was thinking about what you said about decisions.
Yes, decisions can be tough.
I've made the decision, but I'm not sure if I should go back on it. I can't help but be vague. He probably wouldn't be interested in what's going on with Kyoko and Naomi, but asking for his advice on it might prove to be useful.
I think you should just go with your gut. It might sound stupid, but if there's something inside you telling you what to do, listen to it.
That kind of makes sense. Okay, thank you, sir.
No problem. I hope you enjoyed today's class.
Not necessarily, but it wasn't that bad. Speaking with him, too, has given me a little sense with my situation as well. Mr. Kabeer goes back to sorting the papers on his desk as I make my way into the corridor to head off to lunch, despite being pretty late now. In the end, I'll have to come to a decision eventually. The corridor is empty as I trace my way down it to have lunch in the slither of time left. I should have time to get a small bite to eat. Beef sandwiches, perhaps? Yes. Afternoon classes come to an end rather quickly, presenting... Ow, my fucking finger. Oh, man. Hashtag pray for our copy. Y'all weren't praying hard enough. I mean, this is pre-recorded, but still. Like, I thought, like, you would transcend space and time to pray for me, but... Y'all some fake ass. No. I didn't mean that. The pain is just getting to me. That's on me. I apologize to you, my lovely Marcapis. Afternoon classes come to an end rather quickly, presenting me with the opportune moment of making my final choice. I've never seen that word written. I know the word, I've just never seen it like that. Either I go with Kyoko now to the science club or come up with an excuse so I can trundle off with Naomi to hear what she has to say. Did he just sit down with the thesaurus and it was like, all right, we gotta use a thesaurus every 5 words just to get some really good adjectives and verbs and, you know, other English stuff that I definitely know. As seats around me become increasingly vacant, I too raise from my seat, ready to make my decision. I mean, first of all, we already made our decision. They're giving us a second opportunity to to switch, which is, we're going to find Naomi. Like this has been decided. This was written in the stars since the dawn of time. At the end of it, I can't help but want to listen to what Naomi has to say. Music's kind of sad. Even if we haven't been on great terms with each other, what's with the strangling to approach me as she did? It must be important to her. Going with Naomi will probably end up being the better decision, hopefully. The issue of her relationship with Kyoko has bugged me since I'd met her. Understanding more about them both surely can't be a bad thing. There must be a reason behind Naomi's actions, and I want to know what they are. Step by step, I make my way towards the front of the class, towards Kyoko's desk. Now's a better time than ever to tell her I won't be coming to the science club.
Hey, are you ready?
Oh, we're gonna have to let her down. We gotta be blunt. The face before me is a hard one to turn down, an almost blissful smile won from the heart. Having known her efforts to found the science club, leaving her alone like this hurts, but it's the decision I've made. Time to come up with an excuse. Sorry, Kyoko. I don't think I can come today. My family needs me at home. As expected, her exuberant smile fades away before me as the meaning behind my words quickly reaches her.
You won't be coming. That's okay. There's always tomorrow.
Damn, she sounds so disappointed. There is, but seeing her like this isn't something that's exactly pleasing. Nevertheless, I've made my choices. I've made my choice. Shouldn't it be choice? I don't know. In the end, I'm doing this so I can understand her own feelings. It's apparent that Naomi must mean something to her. Whether it's good or bad, I'll just have to find out. I'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Aw. This decision had to be made, one way or the other. Imagine if we left Naomi. She told us she was gonna skip practice. If we left Naomi, that would just be even more heartless. This had to be done. Turning my back on her woeful voice, I head down to the corridor in a direction I haven't been in a while at this time, towards the stairs, to leave. Before I make it, however, a dainty hand rests upon my shoulder.
Before you go, what's the atomic mass of palladium?
106.4. Responding with a smile, it appears that in the end, Kyoko trusts me enough to respect her interest. I'm still a member of the science club. Nothing will ever change that.
See you tomorrow.
If they had to ask me to remember that, if I had to type that in, there's no fucking way. Oh yeah, gotta get hydrated for Naomi. Welcomed by the crowded atmosphere of bustling students heading home, I track my own way towards the stairwell as a member of this mass. Nostalgia washing over me as I take each step, progressing further down the corridor. It wasn't long ago that such an action was routine, but after spending time with Kyoko, it's become an out-of-place feeling, particularly after making the choice to leave her. Harking back to moments ago, her weakened face will no doubt stick in my mind as I go about finding Naomi. Recalling her words from yesterday, the best place to look would be in the schoolyard. At a time like this, however, I wouldn't say she'd be keen on being seen with me. Looking out through the narrow windows lining the corridor, the blue afternoon sky glares back the usual patterns of a world which keeps on spinning. Moving at 460 meters per second at just a moment's notice.
Stop daydreaming and keep walking. You can stare at the sky when we get outside.
Pulled to the side, a familiar voice whispers into my ear before pushing me back on my own path. That felt nice. Her breath was warm.
Keep your perverted thoughts to yourself, idiot!
Oh, dude. Walking ahead, her hair flows down her back, embracing her athletic figure. All I can do is follow her and look forward to being treated like dirt. I love it. Being the one who made this choice, the blame rests with myself. I hope it's worth hearing what she has to say. Tracing her path outside, my face is greeted by a breeze of fresh spring air as the blue sky above greets my vision. I can finally enjoy this sight like the sky fetishist I am.
What are you doing?
Inner monologue.
Just keep walking, weirdo.
Naomi returns to her position ahead as I clear my mind, now focusing on what's in front of me. To be this adamant about taking me with her, to talk to me about Kyoko, Naomi's own feelings must now be breaching out. She must have her reasons. I hate to keep doing this to you guys, but I think I might have to cock tease you again. I mean, we're over 20 minutes in. I usually clock these at around 20. So, I mean, could I keep going? Yes, but like, I just love teasing your little cocks. I mean, your big cocks. Y'all got some massive wings, so I don't want to put you down. You guys are all above average. I know that for a fact. I've measured. I measure all my subscribers' cocks. Okay, that's enough out of me. Thank you for watching this episode. Very eager to see what happens. We're finally gonna find out about the relationship between our two girls, and that will be pretty darn epic. Or it could be a sad, tragic backstory. One of the two. Most likely both. A combination even. Alright, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, help me find a girlfriend. And bye-bye.